Alright, we need to settle this once and for all. I've always known that there is a section of the Halo community who absolutely adores the map Blood Gulch from Halo CE. But apparently, there are more of these Blood Gulch buffoons than I could have ever imagined. For those of you who don't know, fellow Halo YouTuber Arash did a Halo CE multiplayer map tier list. You can find that video on his channel. I will link it below. But it wasn't just him. It was 4 of us, plus Twitch chat, ranking these maps. And ultimately, we put Blood Gulch in the med tier. It was average. If I had it my way, it would have gone in the bad tier. A lot of people didn't like that. People talking about putting Blood Gulch in S tier. S tier? You think that map belongs in S tier? Get the fuck out of here. Blood Gulch is one of the most unoriginal bland maps I have ever seen. There's a couple little cliffs and caves on the side of the map, but other than that, it's 2 little bases and an open field. Wow, spectacular. There's not much depth to this map at all. In my opinion, it's almost akin to playing on a griffball court. Like deleting all the forge pieces on Foundry or Sandbox, spawn a team on each side and just run at each other. And not only do I dislike Blood Gulch in Halo CE, but I like every other iteration of Blood Gulch more. And I wouldn't really consider Valhalla from Halo 3 a remake of Blood Gulch, because it's really not. It's inspired by Blood Gulch. But I like Valhalla way more than any of the iterations of Blood Gulch. I think Blood Gulch would be a better map if there was more going on in the center. More trees, more rocks, bigger hills. Think of the map Timberland from Halo CE. That's set up in a similar way. A base, 2 bases, they're across from each other, and then you have the middle section. Look at that map. There's tons of trees, tons of rocks, bigger hills, a river running down the middle. That's pretty cool. On a map like Timberland, I feel like I'm able to push out to the center of the map in a vehicle or on foot, and I have a good amount of cover. In Blood Gulch, you push out to the center, it's a death sentence. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to hide behind. And I understand in Halo CE you have the 3-shot pistol. It's a quicker TTK, and you can shoot people out of vehicles with the pistol. So it's not like the vehicles are too dominant on Blood Gulch or anything like that. But still, it's basically just an open field with a couple little hills. I wish the hills were taller. I wish there were more rocks. I wish there were more trees. And that is why I enjoyed later iterations of this map. I like how they added more trees and more rocks in Coagulation in Halo 2. I definitely like Valhalla from Halo 3 more than Blood Gulch. I like that you can't see from one base all the way to the other. I like that there's a hill in the center. You have the little pelican section over to the left. The man cannons are cool. You can also go over to the right with the turret. There's rocks, there's cover. There's more depth to the map. There's some caves. There's a river flowing down the middle. That's cool. I didn't mind Hemorrhage in Halo Reach because that also had more rocks, more cover on the map than the original Blood Gulch did. And I also think having Sprint in Halo Reach made it easier to get out of the center of the map if you were in trouble. And I definitely do not like the idea of players sprinting away out of a bad situation. But on a map like Blood Gulch, or in Halo Reach's case, Hemorrhage, where there isn't much cover at all in the center of the map, and it's very open, it actually feels nice to have Sprint. And that's not me saying I like Sprint. No, I'm just saying Sprint can make playing on a bad map like Blood Gulch less of a chore. And when it comes to the H2A remake of Blood Gulch, I gotta say, this is my favorite version of the map. Now hear me out, I don't like H2A. It feels too much like Halo 4, and I hate the way the game looks, but just put that all aside for a second. Forget that it's H2A. Look past the art style. The layout of that map is my favorite out of any other Blood Gulch map in Halo. Because again, I like that there's more cover. There's a bunch of rocks, there's these added bridges, there's this area added to the center, there's pillars over here. I can actually walk to the center of the map without having everyone in the game and their mom staring at me. And I know some people are going to say, oh, you don't like the original Blood Gulch because there's not enough things to hide behind? That's a terrible take. Well, listen, if there were no walls and geometry on any of the maps, if every map was just basically flat, they would all be shit. It's okay to have walls and buildings and rocks on your map. That's okay. It doesn't just have to be an open field where you can see everything and anything. I understand many of you have fond memories of Blood Gulch, but it's not a good map. Now, for a long time, I never understood why people like this map as much as they do. But now I do have one hypothesis, and that is this. I think people like this map so much because of how open it is, and these people like to use vehicles. They like to hop on the back of a Warthog or in a Banshee or a Scorpion. And because of how open it is, it's pretty easy to get kills with these vehicles. They don't like the maps with a lot of cover and people behind walls and inside. They just want to mindlessly drive out into the middle of the map or fly out there and just mow people down. It's easy vehicle kills, or just easy kills in general because there's not a lot of cover in the middle. And when you're playing something like Capture the Flag, you have to push to the other base. And yeah, you have the cliffs and the caves on the side, so that's like the one route you can take with the most cover, but people can easily just camp the exits and entrances of those caves. So you don't really have many options on this map. I do not like Blood Gulch. That is definitely a bad map in my opinion. Don't take this video too serious. It wasn't meant to be serious, but I am serious when I say, fuck Blood Gulch.